Welcome back to a Shrewd Tradition. I am Charlie, or CheesyGMing, as your GM for this adventure, and with me, as always, are my 4 friends and players. Say hi, friends and players.
Hello, it is me, Faye, once again playing Cal, Rogue, who is hyper excited about loot. Just hyper excited about the loot, because I'm sure we'll find so much this session.
Hello, I'm Sylvia, and I'm back playing as Zora. And Zora is probably not as excited about the loot, as she will have to identify a lot of it. So, we'll see.
Hi, I'm Bardi. I'm playing Yoti, who is about to learn so much about the loot.
And I'm Wind. No, I'm Christoph, and I play Wind. And Wind is still not super sure if we should fight these ancient hags that kill a lot of people.
Fair enough.
The loot.
Yeah, honestly, maybe you'll find enough loot to,
If it's not a wand of instant kill, I'm still not convinced.
What if it's Rod of Wonders?
I'm
not giving you Rod of Wonders, I'm sorry.
God damn it.
If you don't know what Rod of Wonders is, search it, it's fun. But we're not gonna have it in this adventure. So, last we actually left off, the party got to know the real Blake Greenleaf, the first sacrifice. Blake spoke of how the hags started their way, and how he became the first one to lose his life to them, right in this very temple. He also shared his worry for his beloved town and family, and how he never got to meet his grandson, Flynn, before dying here. After the party were caught up on the deeds of the hags, Blake asked them for help to kill the hags once they are out of this underground area. As the party are now set on exploring the entire area for more remaining creatures and possible loot, we now return as they have just defeated a ghast and are about to examine the chamber, but with a reminder that Cal got a nasty bite and is under the first stage of ghast fever. So, we return for you right after the combat. I believe you barely healed, if at all.
I don't think we took damage.
Well, Cal did, and Yoti did.
She got bitten.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Some of us take damage because they're in the midst of it,
Shade.
And hey, a fever, this wound, I'm sure if we just pour a little bit of alcohol in it, maybe a little other stuff, it's gonna be fine. Zora's gonna do her magic at some point, and then it's gonna be just easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's gonna be fine.
You still need proper rest, at least like a night's sleep for this to cure.
Yes!
It won't just magically go away.
So, and we can do this once you rest, but now we could open maybe another door and see what cool things are in there, right?
Priorities.
But wait, have we in this room? We haven't... Did we check this room for loot already?
The ones that you had the ghast fight? No, we finished our encounter with you just ending. Didn't even go into the chamber just yet.
Oh?
In the chamber, it's a very small chamber. It's a 15 on 10 feet room, having only one sarcophagi in it. Sarcophagus? Which one is the plural?
Sarcophagus sounds right.
Sure. Only one sarcophagus in the chamber. Tell us in the comments if I'm wrong. We'll see it 3 weeks after.
Yes, please correct our pronunciation, thank you.
Better late than never. But yeah, there is the one sarcophagus and nothing but that in the room.
Well, I'd love to check it over. If maybe there's some cool stuff here and it was worth it to get bitten and infected with the plague. Oh, hell yeah.
Unlike the one that you had to use the entire party to open, this one is not that heavy. You can kind of move the top off fairly easily. Mostly because part of it was already open. The gas needed to come from somewhere. You open the sarcophagus to find a single vial in the center of it. Liquid looking like something gray and unpleasant in a way. As you look into it and you realize something about it is weird and you're not quite certain what it's supposed to be. It looks a little opaque, kind of gray-white, cloudy thing. Would you like to do some identification times?
When do I not want to do that? I think it slightly depends on the party of how they feel about identifying right now, or if we want to go to other room first. If people need to take naps, or if...
For once, I'm fine, but we can still identify.
Yeah, you need rest.
Does the new liquid seem magical? So if I remember correctly, all the other potions were like crafting-based ones.
But I've also had one more unusual liquid in my stash and an unusual eyepiece who also potential have for the Arcana.
The one you just got is also not magical. In terms of crafting, both Cal and Yoti has a +10, Cal has a +8. So you have two people who are very good at crafting identifications, and then you have people like Zora, for example, who is really good in some of the nature ones as well, and the occultism as well, with a +9 for Yoti, +9 for Zora, and +13 for occultism, for example. So you have people covering the items.
I'm more the magic based. I think Wind is also very good at nature.
The eyepiece would be magical. Then out of the liquids, all of them except for the last one that is unidentified are crafting. The last one is magical.
Then let's try, I would say, then the eyepiece for Zora. And Yoti and I take each one a crafting one, and we'll see if we get further.
And I guess since Wind has nature, he could also, if he wants to identify the other magical.
Sure, I can try.
Yes.
More identification. I want to try that grey liquid.
The grey liquid, okay.
Yeah, you describe it so deliciously.
I love that you say that.
I am not sure if it sounded delicious.
Grey is the color of deliciousness. I love it. Our magical team is having a great time, while our crafting team is having a terrible time.
Yeah!
Yes!
Nice.
I love
Beautiful.
failure.
Mm-hmm.
Zora, you're looking at the eyepiece and you realize very quickly what this is. This is something called obsidian goggles. This is actually useful to watch or look around in the dark. It can actually give you dark vision for an hour a day. So in a place like this, that a lot of the places are dark, and you have bioluminescence from Yoti, but if you would like to, for example, walk somewhere and try to sneak somewhere in the darkness, this is very helpful for that.
Sounds like
Then
something
we
Cal
have-
would like.
It sounds like a great thing for Cal.
Yeah.
Cal doesn't have dark vision, correct?
I think she's the only... No, Yoti as well.
Yeah, I have only low light vision, but Yoti is always glowing. So Yoti has always some light, and Carl hasn't. Carl is not glowing.
Exactly. Although I thought Cal was okay in the darkness.
I'm in
Or
low
low
light,
light,
but
low light.
we've had some lights around. But if
Yeah,
it's
that
fully
is
dark,
bad.
I'm like, "Ah."
That leads us to, I'll go with Wind first, because that's easier. Wind, you identify this potion. It might be helpful for you as well, but it's something very interesting indeed. This is Gecko Potion. This is something that could give you the ability
Interesting.
to climb, or you get a bonus to climbing for a bit, and a little bonus for your reflex against being disarmed as well, as it makes your palms a bit sticky.
Fox
That's
on the
so funny.
walls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's also what I imagined. I'm just like,
I didn't even
Alex,
think about it.
Don't be just like, hello. Yeah, in case we need to go through the roof again or something, and
The fun part is both Cal and Wind technically can still ride Fox if he walks on the wall. Because you don't need an action to hold each other.
That's kind of fun.
What a terrible idea.
Extreme.
Both Zora and Yoti, you are stumped, each with your own liquid that you're
Wait, I thought I identified the goggles.
I think you mean Cal.
No, sorry.
and-
Zora did fantastically. Cal and Yoti, you're both stumped about your liquids.
I think the way Yoti would behave here is like she looks at this liquid,
Just switch with Cal.
smells it,
Tastes
just
it?
almost, but then looks at Cal, gets reminded of mortality and doesn't. Then growls and just goes to Miss Cal. I think I understand your fascination with loot now. It's frustrating how it tests your knowledge and just exposes you to so many new things.
Yes, and you know what actually is the best part of it? If you're not 100% sure what it is, sometimes you just drink it and you hope for the best. Because it is fun.
God,
I swear to you, it's very much fun.
That sounds so funny.
I am almost tempted, but it doesn't smell as good as it looks, so...
So the good thing is, I mean, yours also we only have one of, so... But for the other here, like, we have one where we have 4 of. We could just... Maybe it's fun. And we have one where we have 2 of, where I'm also not sure what necessarily it is. But, you know, we could exchange and see if maybe you know what this is and I know what that is. And maybe...
That's true.
I mean, when we have
one
time,
of you wants to check out the ones that we have 4 of that I was stumped on the last time already?
we can also throw those at enemies when we face them to see how they behave first before ingesting
No,
them.
what if it's like makes him super strong? I know that there's some cool stuff that can make you like super buff or like super speed. And
Everything is a gamble.
Yeah, but I don't want to give any, like, I'd rather, you know, accidentally hurt myself than give somebody else the upper hand.
You're a sour loser, right?
No, I just like to gamble only with my own life, not necessarily with... Because if I make the enemy stronger, then I gamble with all of your lives as well. And that's kind of mean.
Since we're part of the same formation in battle, it still means that you're gambling with all of our lives when you're gambling with yours.
I mean, technically, maybe. But you know...
It doesn't feel like it, right?
Oh well. So, do you want to try identifying those?
You're doing a trade?
Like the two that I had, and I'll try the gray one, and maybe
I think for
Zora
now...
or you know, Wind, you can check out the 4-bottle ones.
We can do the one of us identifies, like, and the other helps again, like we did earlier.
Yeah, that could work.
I can help with crafting, sure.
Before that, because my Ocean's Palm is recharged, I would like to heal you a bit more.
Oh yeah, makes
Just
sense.
a bit more.
That's a -1.
The only one who has less crafting than Wind is Fox with a -4.
Even Starless has more crafting.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I could have Starless help me?
Starless has a +4. Yeah?
Can Starless help? Is that a thing? I don't think so.
Technically, I think... I will need to check that. I don't remember exactly how it works with familiars. I think they can't do any exploration activities unless they have the specific trait for that.
Yeah, they need some skill stuff, I think.
Yeah, they might be able. I'll say for our adventure, I will allow Starless to aid every once in a while. When it makes sense. Like,
Yeah, for identifying it doesn't.
yeah, it depends, right? Like,
I'm gonna try and negate the -1 and match fate
yeah. Healthy.
to balance it out.
And then, did Yoti want to do the one that have 4 vials or 2 vials?
4.
I'm just imagining it's so funny of still being retching, like trying out, like smelling the potion and directly throwing up and say, "Oh, it wasn't because of this. It wasn't because of this. It was still because of the other thing."
So I have good news and bad news. Do you want to guess which one of you did not succeed?
Me.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Cal, you do not know what this item is. Yoti, you do identify what you're looking at. Even with the nudge fate, by the way. It wasn't added, but even with the nudge fate and not sickened, you still do not identify what this is. As for Yoti, you identify what you're looking at. These are 4 vials of anti-plague. Anti-plague is something generally useful for diseases and stuff. You have had this for a while on you, just didn't get a chance to check it until now.
See, and this is why you should always identify, but you guys didn't want to do this in between. Mm-hmm. No. It's all good.
I'm actually lying. You only had it for like 5 minutes. That was in the chest in the room above you. You do identify what you're looking at.
Yay.
You're all staring at vials, and 2 of you are like, yay! And Carl's like, ah!
Gray liquid is
this-
frustrating.
This is
That is
this
true.
is not beer. That I'm sure of. It's
Unless
not
you found
beer.
the first gray beer. Zora, you identify numbing tonic.
Oh, it's
Let
great.
me show you what it does. Numbing tonic is giving you some temp HP when you drink it. Again, at the start of your turn for a minute. So basically, it helps you always have some HP. It does not heal you if you're down. But if you're still up, you get temp HP. And then whenever you are getting some damage, it goes from the temp first and then your HP. You got 2 of those.
Nice. I guess I could give one to Cal, one to Wind, since Star was in the front line.
I already have 2 of those.
Oh,
I guess
Well
I
prepped.
could take one of those just in case.
Yep.
Yeah.
please do. They're great
And
help
should we
in
all take
taking some things.
anti-plague?
Who will take the anti-plague? You could take the anti-plague today if you would like, but you have mentioned maybe wanting to rest before dealing with the hags. You don't know if the hags you would need it for, but you do know that Cal has been bitten by something that doesn't look undiseased.
Yeah, and there's undead in this entire structure, and we're all fleshy bits of meat that can be diseased.
Yay.
And it lasts for 24 hours, so I would say that it makes sense to use it.
Yeah, you could take it now. It will still last until whatever time of day it is now tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it will definitely help Cal with the roll that Cal's gonna make tomorrow.
Cal should definitely
Hell
take
yeah.
it. I think I'm gonna skip it, which means we would have 1 extra. Like, I think
Yeah.
my fortitude is so shit that even with the help of the potion, I just fail anyway. So I'm gonna leave that as an extra for either one of you tomorrow, or I'm just gonna try and stay in range and not get bitten, right?
It's been good
That's
so
smart.
far.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Are we doubling down and spending time trying to figure out what the gray liquid is, or are we moving on for now?
I think we're moving
This has
on.
been essentially 20 minutes-ish of finding stuff.
See, if we move on, we might find new items which we can then identify at the same time again.
Yeah,
That
in
is true.
parallel. Being efficient.
Exactly.
After you finish up the area here, there are 2 ways to go from where you are. One way is going up towards what Blake has told you you would find the exit there. The other way is a door that leads down.
With the fire something something.
With the fiery something something. That is correct.
Are we hot or are we cold? Are we a yes or a no?
It makes it even funnier to know that the cold area is blocked by the ice of Yoti. So, are you hot or cold?
I mean, it's probably melted like halfway through by this point.
I can't make it only half a cube. I'm just gonna do this.
Oh, that just means also this whole room, the water is like really freaking cold. Because ice water
Yes.
is colder than ice even.
But it's also, there's so much water. I would not assume. Oh, but we are in the mountains.
Yes.
It's everything cold all the time.
Yeah. Everything everywhere all at once is cold.
Are we in for like some practical jokes, or where it's like some weird sounds came from that
I
are not
mean-
laughing?
If we go up, we're going to the exit, so we likely won't come back.
So, I think what you said was we're taking the laughing fire, huh?
Because Liz,
I was so excited.
That's what I heard.
Are you?
I figured that's what you'd hear. But everyone okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
I feel like Windus might just be saying yes to it so he can avoid
Yes.
fixing the hags for longer.
100% yes.
Saying to Yoti is like, you might want to ready like a water aura or something. Seems useful against fire.
I am always ready with water aura.
Great.
I'm always ready.
Also, if anything, I think I should be in front. If the fire starts spewing back at us, I should be at front.
Oh, okay. I'm not arguing with that. Just is the door actually like open, or is it locked, or is it are there funny little traps?
Give me a perception roll. If you find mean little traps, I'm not telling. Only funny.
I mean, so my feet will tell me all of the traps,
Yes.
because I'm really cool with traps.
You look around at the door. You don't see any traps. You don't see any markings that seems worrying. The door also seems unlocked. However, when you're looking around, kind of like intensely, kind of trying to study this door, you do hear a little bit on the other side.
That's great. Love
I
that.
think there's an older gentleman in there who thinks something is very funny.
It's just a random old man.
Or a theatrical performance.
Oh, it could be.
Oh my god, are we gonna like walk into a theater kid?
Nothing
A
worse
fire
than that.
theater kid.
A theater kid that did some extracurriculars to do some the acrobatics with like fire oil or something.
Oh, special effects are necessary.
Yes, but good. I mean, is the door? If I try to, if Yoti tries to open the door, I assume, because if it's locked, I'll help with like kicking it open. But if it's
It
just
is
open,
not locked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open it. 3, 2, 1.
Roll initiative.
Oh my fucking god.
I wanted to say
Oh,
that.
wow.
It's so fun.
I mean, it's an old man.
It's an old
Somewhat.
man.
We do not know if it's
I mean,
bad.
Dear
That looks so
listeners,
sick.
what it actually looks like is like a kind of potentially fiery demon with even some armor, and instead of hands, kind of, or like maybe hands are holding the swords. It's not 100% clear if swords for hands are holding swords,
Swords for
but it
hands
looks
are holding
big.
swords.
It's also pretty large. It's a large thing, But hey, if he's already in water, we just need to duck in the water the whole time, and it's gonna be fine.
Does the
Right,
water give us
right.
water, like a fire resistance?
Sadly, only if you're submerged underwater. There's
Dang
some
it.
things, but it's for piercing, not for fire in Pathfinder. Or like, it's like physical damage, but fire does not have any effect underwater, which is interesting. Neither does electricity, which is also interesting.
Charlie, I'm also going to be already very much sorry for the cat noises you have to cut out, because Calliope is screaming today.
Bold of you to assume I cut them out.
It's just random
Most of the
tabaxis.
time, I hear you telling the cats like to not go crazy, but I never hear the cats in your recordings. So let me describe the room to you. As Yoti opens the door with all of you behind her, essentially, we have a larger room than the rest of them. Not a massive one, but definitely a large enough to contain all of you together, even with with Fox in its full size. In the center of this chamber, there is a heightened fireplace, kind of like metal fireplace that is above the water, and inside it, or from it, you see a creature that seems to be like a fire being wearing an armor and a helmet, holding 2 flaming swords. I should put Cal's description, it was a lot better than mine. Coming out of this central fireplace. Around the chamber, on the walls, it seems to be having hammocks. Multiple of them. Which is quite odd, considering the fact that there's a fire being in the center of the room and none of the hammocks is burnt. However, as you open the door and you roll initiative, Wind, you are going to be the first to act as this thing. None of you were stealthing, and you get immediate attention.
Okay.
Yep.
How would squeezing work in combat?
So squeezing is half your speed, essentially. However, as mentioned, all of the doors from here on forward, including this one, Fox can walk through without squeezing.
Then I would...
Yes, just for context, the closest one is Yoti. Yoti is 15 feet from the creature.
I would run here.
Like all the way behind the creature.
I would jump off.
Sounds good. Are you on the ground? Because you are in difficult terrain on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here I would then make a strike.
Sounds good.
And Fox with the second action, I would give him the support action.
Absolutely.
Which means if I hit, the creature is off guard. Not off guard, frightened.
Yes.
With a 4 on the dice and a 15 total, that does not look good.
That is a critical miss.
Yeah. That's my 3.
That leads us to our fire thing. As you open the door, one of you or 2 of you charged in. It starts going once again. Fox and Wind. You see as it explodes in smoke. That means everyone from Fox till Yoti including, I'm going to need a fortitude save. Now, everyone that is within the smoke that it exploded in, you are concealed to one another, and it is concealed to you.
Okay.
Okay, that's a failure. The dice today.
Okay.
Ooh. Starting off strong with 3 fails. You don't have to do it now, but I always will remind you that you have hero points in the beginning of each of your sessions.
I will use mine.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep my failure for now.
Well,
Sounds good. So will Wind, apparently.
Yep.
With the hero point. With a 15, 20, and 18. All with a fail. That is going to be sickened 1 for all of you.
That's not too bad.
The smoke is worse than the gray liquid.
I'm so happy this happened before Cal and Zora, who actually have lower fortitude, walked in.
Oh, I would have not walked in. You can be sure of that.
Terrible. However, this thing is within the smoke with you. As the third action of this creature, it has something right on it. So it is going to attack. However, funnily enough, a lot of creatures that have this ability also have a text saying they can see clearly within it. This one does not, which I can only assume means it is also not immune to the concealed effect. So,
I think that sounds fair for our level.
Yep. Let's start with a flat check against Wind. With a 9 on the die for the flat check, it can hit Wind. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And it's going to do a nice amount of damage.
I would take a bit of damage here.
A bit of damage? Or
Only a bit
nice
of damage,
amount?
yeah.
Only a bit.
No,
Okay.
only a bit.
We can settle on that. I think it's fair.
Okay.
Your bit of damage is going to be 20 points of damage.
That's a bit much.
Okay. That is our guy's turn, leading us to Zora.
Right. I should be able to cast a spell on like the point where I saw the room earlier, or do I have to see like the?
If it's an area of effect, you don't need a flat check. You just can cast it somewhere in the room. If it's a target one creature, you have to do the flat check.
It's an area. I know.
Then
It's
yeah.
specifically an area. Because I want to
Not an
center it here for a 10-foot burst that should only hit the
Yeah.
creature, right?
Absolutely not an issue.
Basically, like a 10-foot burst that only hits our demon
The
guy,
fire
laughing thingy, whatever it may
Absolutely.
be. And I will try and cast Revealing Light.
Okay. Beautiful.
Ooh, nice.
And it needs to give me some reflex. A reflex save, yes.
Let's give it a reflex save. Bum. Our guy rolled a 17 on the reflex save. That's going to be a fail.
That means it's affected for 1 minute. If it was concealed, it is now visible.
So it is fully having its own medicine for what it gave you. You can all see it, even though you're in the smoke. And it's in the smoke, and it cannot see any of you.
It's basically
Beautiful
the
use.
fire light. As you see, magical light illuminating its silhouette, so you can approximate where it stands and hit it. And that should all allow us to target it.
Perfect use for revealing light. Chef kiss.
Yeah, it's great.
No.
And it's dazzled.
Right.
Amazing.
And it's for 1 whole minute, so that should give us plenty of time. And what do I do with my last... Alright, I can nudge fade Cal, probably.
Sounds good.
I will probably give her both the +1, so like the guidance effect, as well as the +1 to AC.
Sounds good. Perfect. Is that Zora's turn?
Yes, that is my whole turn.
Does Starless do anything freely on your turn, or only if you command it?
If I don't command it,
I
it
think it
gets
can
1
move.
free action. Or like it gets, yeah. Is
Yeah.
it just movement or does it 1 action? I think it gets 1 action.
An action.
If you have, I think it has an action because you have the independent. Yep, it has
Yeah.
1 action.
But it's really just movement, so I think I'll keep it. It's right outside the smoke, so it'll stay where it is.
Yes. All right, that will lead us to Yoti. You are in the smoke.
I am in the smoke and it doesn't smell good. I think I'm gonna start with just spinning tail.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use it on wind. As Yoti just tries to awkwardly mimic cackling like oh god, I'm not a theater kid.
Oh god, I'm not a theater kid.
There
Everyone's
was once
worst nightmare.
yeah, it probably was something along the lines of there was once a fire in the forge of giants that fought against an everlasting wind.
Very nice. What does your spin tail give again?
It's a +1 status bonus to attack rolls and saving throws against a villain.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah,
it's
you got a villain
targeted
right here.
blast with extra stuff. I think I'm gonna do a thing that I haven't done yet ever. First I stride. I did stride before, so don't worry about that one. And then I'm gonna do a dirty trick on the guy.
Okay. You don't have shoelaces to tie. What is your dirty trick?
This thing is standing in water against this kineticist.
Sort of, yes.
Yeah, and so it's more about me trying to manipulate some water, to manipulate some waves to make it a bit unstable.
Okay.
It's a 14. No.
Sadly,
It
a
still
14 will
stands.
fail.
And that's my turn.
That would lead us to Cal.
Yes. That he's dazzled and that I'm concealed from him doesn't mean that he's off guard to me, right? Or is that...
It needs a flat check to target you. It is not off guard to you.
But you can hide and
You can
hidden
hide.
So guard.
Yes. If you succeed against their perception DC, you will be hidden and then it's going to be off guard.
I mean... Yeah, but that takes so much.
Yeah, it takes a full action. The other option would be going in and standing in a flanking position, but then you need to do the fortitude
then-
save, which Cal is not great
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, and I don't wanna. I just don't wanna.
Yeah.
So I try to just actually, oh yeah, with the shot bow I get so much map. Actually, I take a whole as action to hide.
Yeah.
I take one
Give me a stealth roll.
because
I will say, since you will know if you're hidden or not once you hit from the hiding place. So give me a stealth roll, and I will let you know if you're hidden or not. Still do it blind, but I will tell you immediately if you're hidden or not, so you can know to add the damage. You are not hidden.
he can still see me even if I'm caught. That's
Yep.
insane. Well, it was worth a try.
It was worth a try.
Because I'm like currently basically double concealed somehow with the smoke and all. I'm insane. No, but let's try to hit the dude. Anyway, you know.
Who
With a
needs
nat
hiding when
20?
there are crits?
Hey, it would have been still so much sexier if there
Hon-
would have been a
honestly, yeah.
snack attack as well. You know, just
Snack attack.
saying. Yes, like snack attacks are, especially if your D10, your deadly D10, only rolls a 1.
Aw.
That is so rude. So incredible rude.
Since this is first damage, let me describe what you see. You see that most of your damage goes through, but a little bit of it is blocked.
That's okay. I'm also saying goodbye to this arrow. So I'm assuming it goes up in flames as it hits. That's my assumption.
Probably.
I will try with my last. Yeah. Oh. The dice giveth, the dice taketh. I rolled a net 20. Guess what I rolled now? Yes, it is indeed a 1. For a critical miss.
But what do you get? You get a hero point.
Hell.
Our natural ones are a little bit more satisfying than 2s.
Oh, yeah. So I just imagine Carl trying to hide and just being like, I mean, he shouldn't be seeing me, right? There's like this smoky stuff in this, so guess I'll just try to be still. Shoots an arrow, that one hits and it's like, yeah, but apparently he could still see me. Damn. Shooting another one, it goes wide. I think just so confused about the whole situation with like the light and the smoke and how that all works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
But
enough.
that's the end of my turn.
That leads us to Wind. Wind, in the beginning of your turn, I'm going to need another fortitude save.
I can do that.
From both you and Fox, please.
Apparently can't do that. Oh, I can do it one time.
Well, Fox is doing a little bit better. Does not remove the sickened, but it doesn't make him any more sickened, and you are staying in sickened 1. It is not a phase thing, it's just to see if you're going to sickened 2 or not.
Okay.
None of you are.
So first action will be command Fox to take the support action again.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Second action is to hunt prey.
Sounds even
on
better.
the big fire creature. And third action will be to use overwhelming combination.
Please do.
Oh
That's a miss and a
Did
crit
you-
miss.
I'm sorry. Did you write both attacks missed before you actually missed both of them?
It's a macro I wrote, and if both attacks miss, then it just writes it.
Also, it wrote it automatically?
Yes.
Yes. I saw the message both attacks missed before I saw the rolls, and I was
Yeah,
like,
it's a bit weird with the nicer
What?
dice macro.
okay. That is so
not
funny.
macro,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's fine. But yes, that's a lot of things happened, but the enemy is still at full health, or like not full health, but I didn't
little
do
less.
shit.
Scratched in
Not
the
yet.
back.
True. Yeah, that's my turn.
I do have good news and then more good news. The first good news is, at the beginning of this creature's turn, the smoke goes away. Meaning, if it was concealed to you, it has no longer been concealed. However, the more good news is, it is still dazzled and not concealed at all because of Zora's spell. So it still has a flat check for all of you. And the smoke is gone, so you don't have to roll now that you enter in. However, both Wind and Foxy are still sickened until you get it removed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But anyone who enters now does not need to roll for it. That is the good news and the extra good news. Now, for the bad news. Our guy here is going to fly a little bit sideways to fly above the water as a first action. It is then going to use 2 actions to make a cone of fire for everyone within the chamber. So that's the fun part. I'm gonna need a reflex save. Can I actually catch... That's not a cone, that's a circle. Can he actually catch... yes. Everyone within the chamber is within the 30-foot cone. I'm gonna need a reflex save from Wind, from Yoti, and from Fox, if you may.
We posted. Yeah. Okay. It's a good roll. Oh my gosh. Fox! No!
Fox is 12 total.
12
You
has
have a hero
potential.
point. You have a hero point. You have a
That
hero
is true.
point.
I
hero
don't have a
point.
hero point.
Didn't you get a natural 1 right before? On the critical miss?
No.
No, that was a 5. I'm lying.
Yeah. It's
In
fine.
that
Fox will
case-
live. Fox will live.
Half damage for Wind and Yoti, full damage for Fox.
No, double damage for Fox, right?
Double damage for Fox. So 11 points of damage is the total. 22 for Fox, 5 for Yoti and Wind.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna use my reaction to use Deflecting Wave,
Yep.
which allows me to resist as much as my level, I think. Equal to your level. So instead of 11, it's gonna be...
You would have taken
7.
5, so half of that. Like, you succeeded, so half of the 11
Oh,
would
yeah,
be 5.
half of the 11. So, 1 damage.
1. Beautiful.
No,
That
it's
is
even less
our-
because if it is acid or fire damage, it actually doubles your level.
I cannot read. I don't get damage.
That's
Thank
You
okay.
get 0
We
damage.
we are a team and we help each other. You know.
Together, our 5 brains are able to read 1 line.
Hell yeah.
That is our fiery guy's turn. I forgot to do his laughter this time. Just do a different variation of it. I'll do it next time, I promise. Zora! Oh, exactly. Zora! No more smoke. He is still dazzled. However, that was an AoE, so he did not need to do a flat check. But your light is extremely effective.
Right, but because of his movement, I don't really see him anymore, right?
True. But if you go into the chamber, it's no longer under smoke. You do not need to do a flat fortitude save.
Would I see him from this spot? So...
Yes, you can see at least the bottom part of it.
Because I saw, like, I'm not sure if the fire would have reached, but the cone covered this spot, so I'm, like, a bit afraid of, like, the corner there, because I saw it literally just blow up in flames a second ago.
Since this would, like, direction-wise, if you would have stand there, it would have probably reached it as well. But just 5 feet above it, right the edge of it, so that's fine.
Exactly, that's why I'm trying to be not in range of the fire, but in range of sight.
Yes, you are exactly 30 feet, but still outside of the range of the cone.
I want to do a recall knowledge on him.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wait, actually, before that... wrong tool. Okay, he's in range from the spell I want to cast, but I want to do the recall knowledge first.
Yes. Arcana or crafting for this one?
I would prefer Arcana.
Absolutely. What is Zora's question?
What it is weak to?
Weaknesses. It is weak 7 to water. I can also tell you that you realize very quickly why, when Blake told you about this creature, he said he thought it was a little not fully in the head there. Because I tend to do that when someone critically succeeds something. I'm gonna give you all of its immunities, weaknesses, and resistances.
Ooh.
It has no resistances. It is weak 7 to water, meaning there is no water damage, but if your attack is with water, it takes 7 weakness. Usually it does it automatically when you have the water tag like Yoti's attacks. As for immunities, you realize this is a construct, meaning a couple of things. First of all, it is mindless. Stuff that is mental are not going to affect it, as well as mental damage are not going to affect it. Fear is not going to affect it. It does not have a brain up there. Second thing, most constructs have hardness, meaning a type of armor that every damage is reduced by that hardness. This one reduces every damage by 5. All of it. Usually, a lot of creatures who are constructs lose that hardness on specific conditions. For this one example, you do not know just yet, but you know that there are usually conditions to lose the hardness. As for immunities, it's immune to a lot of things. I'm going to read them out just so you will know, but basically, if you're going to say something that you now learned that it's an immunity, I will let you know, hey, you actually know it's not going to work. It's immune to bleed, death effects, diseases, doomed condition, drained, fatigued, any healing, mental, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, spirit, unconscious, vitality, and void. Now, you don't need to remember all of that. If you're going to do one of those things, I will remind you, hey, you know it's immune to it.
Alright, so this was a very useful recall knowledge, because my next action would have been useless against it.
Glad you did it.
I will not use my mental-based focus spell then. But what do I do instead? Huh. I will probably nudge Fate Yoti, given she's more in the heat of battle, as you would say.
Yeah.
It will take it away from Cal, but she's ranged, or can be ranged like me. So you had just a kind of critical hit, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, and also a critical miss.
Yeah, but I can't help with that one.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do also want to give the AC to Yoti.
When you do nudge Fate, does it immediately cancel the previous one?
Pretty sure it does. Yes. If you cast nudge Fate,
yeah, that's true.
It says in the last sentence.
Yeah, you are correct. Thank you.
But yeah, a +1 AC also to Yoti.
Very good.
And that is my turn. I guess I will do a quick shout of it's a fire construct.
Sure.
Just hit it with water.
Yeah, share
water.
information.
I'm gonna try.
So you all should be aware that it's a construct.
Yes, that leads us to Yoti.
Yeah, so first action I'm gonna sustain spin tail. And right now it's gonna be about how fire from the furnace tries to fight against the wind by blowing more and more and more against it. Then I'm gonna take it. Oh god, actions. I still would rather heal wind, so it's a step and then a step to Ocean's Balm. I am counting on you. Dice, please help.
That's great. Thank you.
13 HP. And that's my turn.
Sounds good. That leads us to Cal. Cal, now the room is clear. You can actually walk in easily without any breathing stuff.
Yeah, and now it's like somewhere in there. And I will need to get closer, which would be in the cone, because otherwise I can't see him. So, you know, knowing my intelligence, I will actually move fully up to it and try to stab it.
Stab it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, there's no... If I'm going to be in the cone, otherwise I'll...
I love how all my reasoning
just-
was like, yeah, Kel is ranged, she can stay with me, and now she's like, stab!
Yeah, but
Really stab!
I need to stab somewhere where otherwise I would get hit anyway, so...
That's true.
So it doesn't really matter. And I might at some point get some like cool... what's it called again?
Abilities.
Again, so rude. So rude.
I'm sorry. Considering it's a construct, it has higher armor than it has been so far.
Again, it's so rude. This is also not gonna be. I go inside this place and he's like, this is... I mean, yeah, it's a weird creature. I don't like it. I'm gonna blame it fully on the creature.
Is that Cal?
Yes, I already walked, so that is 2 attacks and that's it.
That leads us to Wind.
I would command Animal Companion.
Sounds good.
Move
It is currently
Fox
flanking with Cal, even if it's on the edge.
here. I will then attack with Fox.
Yep.
That's a net 20.
It's a natural 20
yeah.
for the... I was gonna say for the fox. For the elk!
For Fox, the elk.
Ooh, and that's good damage.
18 points of damage. Ooh, that's good. It takes most of it, yes.
And then I would dash after and use Overwhelming Combination.
Sounds good. Now, it is difficult terrain. Do you have enough movement to get all the way to it from where you are?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's 15 feet.
15
And I
feet.
think I have 30. Yes.
That'll be fine.
Exactly
Perfect.
enough. Yeah. Overwhelming Combination.
If that message pops up again, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah. Both attacks miss.
Why did you give it such a high, you know...
AC?
But yeah, I think that is
So-
on you.
This thing is a floating armor. I think it makes sense for it to have
No,
a
that's
high
fair.
AC.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Its being
Again.
is armor.
Again, I'm not arguing for logic.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to emotionally manipulate you.
Okay. That is Wind's turn.
Yes.
That leads us to our rambling armor thingy. As its first action, it is now surrounded by friendlies and is going to try to attack. Emphasizing try, because it's going to be dazzled this entire combat. So, first it's going to try to go against Wind, who is the last one to get to it. Then we're gonna go against Fox, then against Cal. So one by one. Attack against wind is a critical hit because you are sickened.
Yep.
I apologize.
That's rough, buddy.
I can take
That is very rough, buddy. Crit damage. Can you take it?
it. I can easily take.
32 points of damage.
That's double or that's the crit damage?
That's already doubled.
Okay, that's good. I can easily take that.
Second attack goes against Fox. Still dazzled, still has to roll flat checks, but also map. No.
That's another
Come on.
crit.
That is a crit against
Fox,
Fox.
you can take
And
this.
it's another 6 on the flat check. That is really mean. Like, it's...
For
those
32
crits
points of
are-
damage.
Oh.
The elk is down.
The elk is down. That leads us to Cal. Final attack. For the love of God, if you roll another crit, I'm gonna be pissed. At least miss the flat check. Okay, that's a miss on Cal. So as you see, it starts swailing around with its swords, hitting Wind and Fox massively, and then missing Cal completely. Zora, that is going to be your turn.
Fox is doing
Maybe
death
didn't
saves,
realize I was
right?
there.
Fox is doing death save indeed. Fox is in dying one. I have a record of killing Christoph's familiars and pets. I'm just gonna say.
Yes.
This is targeted then. I remember you are able to hear your companion, right, Wind?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I might focus on keeping you alive so that you can hear Fox.
That would be great, yes.
That makes sense.
So that is actually. Oh no, you're one step away, which is unfortunate.
Exactly 35 feet.
But you're still gonna be able to see from here because the door is big.
Oh, where Zora is standing, she can still see Wind. That's not an issue. Just 35 feet away.
It's
I mean,
it's a distance.
Ah,
If
okay, like
here.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, but taking one step is still a full action, even if it's just one step, and that is annoying.
Yeah.
True.
It messes with my turn.
You could delay for Wind to come closer to you. You will still both go before the construct.
No, I think it's fine. I will. Wait. Can I still see Wind here?
Yes. Both these are like bigger doors. You can see through.
Ah,
it.
right, yes. We said that door is big enough that we can walk, or Fox can walk through. I will
Exactly.
cast Soothe on Wind.
Perfect.
So that should give him some good healing.
Nice.
Thank
I
you.
basically just don't want to take up all of Yoti's healing because she is, I think, our main damage dealer at this point.
If I can hit, if the dice think that I can
If
hit.
the dice bless you.
Yes. And afterwards, I cannot see. You moved, okay. Then everything stays as it is, and I will nudge Fate myself for one turn. No, actually,
Sounds good.
wait. That removes it. I don't need the AC refreshed because the AC only stays for one turn, but
You
plus
already
ones-
used the actions.
Oh yeah, moving and then soothe.
Ah, right, yes. Right, I planned my
you.
turn order without the movement and then forgot that
Yeah.
I moved. But since I didn't
happened.
command Stylus, I actually want to have him fly inside the room.
Yeah, perfect.
So that is... I can... 10 feet? Basically, he's gonna be above Cal, but like
Yeah.
as high up as the room, or like within 15 feet, or if the room is lower, then lower, obviously. I'm not sure.
Well, 15 feet of Cal, right?
Yes.
Then I'm putting Starless up 20 feet, which is exactly 15 feet above Cal.
Yeah, like if the room allows for it, then he's gonna be in the air. And they will
So they're
just
big
like
enough for
hover
him,
above.
yes.
Great.
Okay.
So hopefully any cones shouldn't hit them, but that is my turn.
Yes, that would be very unlikely
mine and
for it to happen.
Stylus' turn.
Yes. That leads us to Yoti.
Okay, first action is to sustain Spin Tail to continue talking about the desperate plight of a fire that for some reason now seems to be winning. But we need drama. It's all just drama.
And you
And
said
Yoti
Yoti
is
is
a
not
theater
a theater kid.
And then I'm gonna try to do a 2-action ranged elemental blast. But just it doesn't have anything against cold, right?
Didn't have anything against cold, but your attacks are water. If you're using your water attacks, it will already get the weakness.
Yeah, I know. I just want to use cold instead of just bludgeoning because it seems more epic.
Yeah?
Just chill.
Chill. the
Again,
flame.
you're not a theater kid. Are you sure about that?
I am rolling that with a hero point. 22, not enough.
Yes.
That's. Oh god. No. That's a 15.
This is probably the highest AC you're going to deal with this entire adventure.
I need Saran.
Also, note for myself,
No.
this episode's name is going to be Yoti is indeed a theater kid.
No.
Yes.
That's the end.
I'll
of my
remember
turn.
that when I listen to it. That leads us to Cal. Cal, you are flanking. No,
Yes.
actually, Wind is unconscious. You are not flanking.
Oh,
Sorry,
come
Fox is
on.
unconscious. You are not
No.
flanking.
Wait, I am not unconscious.
You
Fox is
gain
unconscious.
flanking from someone else,
Oh,
but
yeah,
people don't
true,
gain
true.
flanking from you because you're tiny. If Fox would have been up, there would have been flanking for Cal.
I'm sorry.
You can still faint.
Cal, if you want to delay until Fox is up and Wind's
Yeah.
turn, you could. And then
That's
you can get
kind
the
of. I'm
thing.
like, I want to delay because I'm like, no, I need the off guard, man. I need it. I need the help. I'm just like, can you get? Come on, you
lift
can-
your elk.
Fox,
but
get up! Fox, get up! I'll delay until.
After Wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Wind.
need Fox to be.
I
you.
take 2 action to cast Heal Companion.
This is a great time to find out this does not have reactive strikes.
True. I mean, we moved inside and outside
Oh, that's
of
true.
its range.
I forgot.
I use 2 actions. That's 22 healing.
Nice. Flanking is back.
My last action is to, try my luck with an overwhelming combination.
Please.
Nope.
Oh my god,
I
that
shall
macro
not.
is so
Enemy.
funny. That macro is so funny.
Oh, the AC is 26. I missed because of second.
But is it currently? It should be off guard.
It is.
Shouldn't it then be two like? So is the AC usually 28?
Oh, right. It's off guard.
Hello.
Damn,
Heck
that's-
yes.
I know the
20.
rules.
You should have been getting the flanking automatically. That's correct. It doesn't calculate it because that's a homebrew that we're using. Yes, 26 is the AC, meaning off guard is going to be 24.
I hit for once. Yay.
You hit. I have fantastic news to give you. Zora told you before that construct always have a condition for when they're no longer having their hardness. For this guy, the condition is to reach half HP.
Ooh,
Which means-
nice.
With a hit,
We can
at
hit.
the moment it still takes with the hardness, but you break it enough that you break the extra AC, its AC is dropping in response.
Nice. Let's go.
Perfect timing for
That's-
Cal to jump in, I believe.
Yes! I am here, and I am going to try my best to decimate.
Great turn from Wind. Great turn.
Yes, I love it. I love it. See, it was good. Caesar, it was good that I walked in. But I will also try to do some stabby stab. Let's see, what does it do? Oh, hell yeah! Yeah, it's
Nice.
another 20.
You don't really need to break the hardness then.
But that means I get my Schneck attack. Oh, it's so sexy. Oh, I don't. I need to roll the other
three ones on your dice?
No, but I didn't roll the critical. No, I rolled the normal, not the critical, which it does the things differently. So I need
Roll
to
the critical.
Like I was so focused on looking at the snack attack that I didn't look at the other thing.
I'm gonna give a reference for the probably my age and older audience. I am a generous god. Roll the critical.
Thank you.
I did not get
That
that
is-
reference.
I assumed. That is a nice amount of damage. You see that without the hardness and with the AC broken, it's so much easier to destroy. And for Christoph, it's a very good movie with Gerard Butler. This is Sparta, the one from that. Anyway,
Oh, this one. Yeah, okay, I know. I actually have seen the movie.
I only remember
So
two
proud of
lines.
you.
I am a generous god and this is Sparta.
Yeah.
That is it.
Those are important ones. Hey,
Cal,
I will
that
try
was your
to
first
stab
attack.
again. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to stab again. Just be like, this is great. Since the armor felt so much easier. It's great.
Well, not
I
that easy.
spoke too soon.
How about that?
You know
Speaking of
what?
which- Look, if you
know
manage
what?
to hit on your third attack, this creature does not get a third turn.
No, I am going to reroll this with a
Fifth.
hero point.
That
Because,
is not a bad idea.
you know?
Ooh,
That is a hit!
that is a hit. 23
Hero
is a
pointing.
hit. You are
Another-
very happy for this hit because guess which ability came back for this round?
Oh no, the code.
Both of
and
them.
I don't like
Both
it.
of them, exactly.
Oh no.
With the shared effort, how do you want to do this?
Just Carl is so happy. I'm like, hey, it's way easier now. Really great thing that you did there. Like when to just like stab, like with a happy face, and this is, I think on the second stab, it's just really a luck that hits because is a little bit overexcited about it now being so much easier to hit, and probably would have done the third action still stabbing again just now into thin air.
Beautiful. It dissipates like a flame that it burns off. And you can see the core of it, even though it flew away a little bit, you can see a little flame still being lit inside the central fire burn. As it seems to have at least some more flickering things inside it. Not the creature who completely is destroyed, but just inside the fire, the bonfire where it was originated from. As with its dying breath, it goes, no, and dissipates away. As this
Goodbye,
being did not
Santa.
have. He has different places to be. It's Christmas soon. This being does not have a mind that is following its words and sounds. But you do see leftover stuff in the bonfire.
Stuff in terms of loot.
Perhaps, would you like to check?
Is it
I
hot?
would like to heal first.
Like, is it hot?
Yeah.
It's It's a little bit hot. It had a flame that was there for a very long time. But also, as I said, there's something that looks like a tiny, tiny still like ember kind of inside it.
Well, just in case I'm gonna proliferate water around it, so it just rises up and fills up
Yep.
the 5 feet cube here, and oh god,
We
the
have
room's
a
gonna,
sauna?
gonna be filled. Yes. Oh no,
Close
what
the
I'm
door.
doing.
There
But
are
I
hammocks
hate
all
this flame.
around. Make
Yes,
it a
so-
sauna.
Water gets into coals, and now it turns into sauna. Sauna from Santa.
Let's take our break from this adventure to have like a spa day here, and then
Yes.
just go back after.
Who needs to kill hags when you can have a spa day?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it will help really with like any kind of sickness you have. Like it really gets like the lungs free, so should be good, right?
Precisely.
At least for a while to refocus.
Yes. Also, for those who are sickened, it's not going to take you a million times to remove it. If you take a little rest, you can remove the sickened already. As for the bonfire that Yoti kind of cooled off to make sure that it's not an issue, you see within the bonfire there are two things. One, something that seems to be a somehow not consumed is not the word. What's the word when something has been preserved? That's the word. A preserved. I know words. I know what I'm talking about. A preserved bottle or like a vial, a glass vial inside of it. But you see something else next to it. Something that looks a bit odd, actually. It looks fiery. You feel like it's even that small ember is what you are looking at. You don't think it was destroyed by the water. It seems like it's somehow still a little bit like tiny ember, but when you put your hand next to it, it's no longer burning. You're gonna hold it quite easily.
Could the creature
Wait.
come back from that ember?
I think you would know with your recall knowledge from before. No, they are unconnected. They are both
Okay.
fire connected, but they do not relate to one another.
Oh, too bad. It would have been cool if it was like my little onyx dog. If we could, summon it now and then it's like on our side. It'd be so cool.
Summon armor that laughs like Santa Claus.
Onyx Theater Kid.
Onyx Theater Kid, exactly.
If it's
So-
not connected to a creature, is it like loot? Would we need to identify it to find out what it is?
Exactly.
I mean, we do need to take some time to heal and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Please bandage up everyone and
I will start
Hey.
by doing first Ocean's Balm on Fox.
I can do Fox.
Ocean's Balm for me is free every 10 minutes, so just to
Yeah,
make
same.
it faster.
Like Heal Combine is also focus spell.
Mhm.
So, and that's like a better second level heal. So if you could do that on me or yourself, or wait, only Fox and me took damage. Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
It didn't hit too much, but when it did, it hit you.
it hit
Mm.
hard.
Win
Yes,
Win
exactly.
said he wants to be the person looking at the fire pit. Carl would have just would be sneaking around the room, like not necessarily sneaking, of just like if maybe there's something cool in the hammocks or
Give me a perception roll.
sure.
And then I would take a nap.
Of course.
That's a
Has
reasonable
to.
course of action.
I guess I can cast Detect Magic to see if we basically missed anything apart from what we found in the fire pit. Of like, if I get any
forgot to
magic
display the
pins.
fire pit. Yeah, absolutely. With your detect magic, you absolutely sense magic. When you go around the room, it's 100% coming from the bonfire.
Yeah, but if I can I ignore that
As-
one? Right?
Yeah. Ignoring that one, you do not sense any more magic in the
Okay.
chamber that you are not familiar with. As for Cal, the hammocks seems to be unused for a very long time, but you do notice some markings of it as if it had been used probably at some point hundreds of years ago. You don't find anything around the chamber that is not inside the bonfire, but I think the sense that Cal gets here is this probably wasn't always so straightforward as sacrifice places. It might have been a time where people lived here and was part of actually either a group that worked with the hags or before the hags, because there are also undead creatures walking around who probably were not sacrificed if they were coming back as undead zombies. They might have died a different way here, but you get a sense that this place either had a different purpose or some group worked with the hags before and lived here, ended up being those undead that are sprawling around.
Serves some right.
That is what... Sadly, you do not find anything behind that.
That's okay.
Would you like to do some identifications before we end our session? Or do you want to end now for today and just start next session with identifications?
No. Identification.
I think it would be a great cliffhanger if we stop now.
No, that's not what we did last time. We cannot keep repeating the same pattern.
Funnier idea. You roll and then we start next session with me telling you what the result is.
No!
You are a cruel person, Shirley.
That is torture.
I will not torture you. I will get messages. What was it?
I mean, we do need to rest.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And you have hammocks all over the room.
That aren't burned.
Just Zora taking one of the magical things, lying down in a hammock, spending 10 minutes like swaying and trying to figure out what it is.
Is the amber magical?
The ember is magical.
Would love to take a look at it.
Absolutely. That is going to be any of the magical rolls.
Can I try the liquid that was in the fire?
And is anyone trying to identify the gray liquid from before?
Nope,
Which
I'm
was a
sleeping.
crafting.
I mean,
guess.
I would try because
I'll give you
No.
a nudge fate to identify that one.
You can
Oh.
only do it once a day, though.
No, the gray thing that was crafting, you can continue until you succeed. Only magical, you can only do once a day.
Oh, okay.
so I just need the gray again because I will not find it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, too many messages. Oh my god, best time ever. Wind is asleep and you all identify your items. So,
What is that
Let's
supposed to mean?
you're asleep. Maybe that's what needs to happen. You need to be asleep for them to identify stuff. It's part of the conditions. Let's start one by one. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave the gray thing for the end just because it's funny. Starting with the ember that Zora is checking at. You're looking at something that looks a little bit like... It's a little bit like flamey and it reminds you a bit of like frozen lava. This is something called Eternal Eruption. It explains to you very well of why it was inside the fireplace. It is a magical fire item that you can use and activate a lava bomb. Could be fun to throw it on people. Deals a lot of fire damage. Then we have the vial of liquid that was inside. This, Yoti, is something called Bane Oil. You can put it on a weapon to give it the properties of a Bane rune for 1 minute.
Amazing.
Now, Bane usually has a type for whatever you're going against. Bane Oil is a bit more flexible. However, you would know that if you're dealing with hags, it's one of the things you like have in mind here. Hags are, before everything else, humanoids. Humanoids are not a type of creature. However, you have encountered quite a lot of other creatures in this place, so it might be relevant before the hag fight. Finally, Cal, you identify the gray liquid. This is something called grave root, which is very fitting to be inside a grave. It is a sap that you put on a weapon to harm someone that gives them poison damage and makes them stupefied. Stupefied, as you would know, is a very good way to counteract spellcasters.
Cast spellers.
Cast
Cast
spellers.
spellers. I'm now
I
changing
love
it.
cast spellers.
Yeah,
Cast
no,
spellers
that's
is
good.
my favorite class to play. I love playing a cast speller.
I'm
did it!
dyslexic, so
Only-
no class for me. I can't spell. I can't cast. No, wait, what? Ah, no, ignore me.
Oh no.
I'm not alone. Yeah.
This is
while
what
the
stupefied looks
Bane-
like.
Exactly. While the Bane oil might not be useful against the hags, the Grave Root absolutely is.
Miss Cal, it's amazing that we did not try this before we identified.
I had hopes.
I mean, it would have been so funny if I drank it.
True.
Funny enough, it wouldn't have done anything to Cal specifically.
It would
You
have
don't
hurt.
use-
It
A
would
little
have
bit.
hurt, Charlie.
It's still poison.
A little poison didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm already sick, and it's like it's just, you know.
I mean, on the bright side, Cal, if you don't go over your ghast fever, undead classes or races are optional in Pathfinder. You could play a ghoul, you could play a skeleton.
I mean, I'm assuming I would just continue to have regular life
Yeah, just
with
as
it,
a
and just
skeleton,
be
like
a ghoul,
ghast.
and just
Exactly.
and people would be like, "Is this normal?" I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
Ghouls have dark vision, right? So Gal's like, I can see in the dark now.
I need to check that. I don't know. Ghouls. Dark vision, yeah.
See, just benefits. There's definitely no negatives to that.
Only
Definitely.
benefits. I mean, you will have to take damage whenever someone is casting a heal, but you know, potato potato. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. For being a ghoul, you need to have the pre-option of you were killed by a ghoul fever. If you're killed by a ghast fever, you might become a skeleton, but you can't play a ghast, which is an issue, really. Why can't you play a ghast?
You know. Also,
But yeah.
just spooky little skeleton, and it just, I mean, then I have to multi-class into a bard, just because, you know, making some razzle dazzle all the time.
You are your own, accordion.
Marching band. Yeah.
Close enough.
Xylophone.
Xylophone.
Just a xylophone.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this I think will be where we're gonna end this session, as you're pretty close to. Well, you're going towards the direction that Blake has said. Beyond this, you'll find the exit a little bit further. You have cleared quite a lot of this place so far. So A, good job. B, you found loot, multiple, which is nice.
And we didn't die.
And you did not die
Yet.
yet.
Did you take the night vision goggles, Cal?
How I should put
Since we
night
were
vision.
talking about night vision.
Yes.
this.
And you can invest with it automatically. It takes a couple of actions, that's it, so no need to delay that. But I think we're
Yeah, I'll
gonna
have
stop.
some good time.
I think we're gonna
Good
stop our
loot.
session today with good loot. Just taking a little chill time with a and with the sauna and the hammock came to a hammock. My words today are as
Ohana means family.
Ohana. I think it's a good stop. For next session, we're gonna continue beyond where you blocked with the ice cubes to finally figure out what made the munching sounds on the other side. Now that we have more loot.
More loot.
Maybe more food because they're munching on something.
Yeah, maybe they have a buffet.
A hero's feast.
A hero's feast.
I'm not sure if I'm
That's
like
me.
that, given our past experiences of heroes' feasts in this adventure. So,
Hey, hero's feast have many meanings depending on who says it.
right?
Yes. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for playing, for listening. And I'll see you all next time. as we figure out what is on the other side of the doors here.
Maybe an exit. Until next time.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Of Dice and Dinner uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's fan content policy. That's paizo.com/licenses/fan content. Of Dice and Dinner is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. Content in the short adventures played by Of Dice and Dinner are not canon, nor were they endorsed or approved by Paizo. If you would like to reach out to us in social media, you can find us in Blue Sky with Of Dice and Dinner Blue Sky, or in our email address, ofdiceanddinnerpodcast@gmail.com.